And our first guest joins me via satellite from Reno, Nevada. Mr. John Key is the CEO of Gryphon Gold Corporation. Their stock symbol is GYPH. John, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Don. Good to be here.
Now, John, Gryphon Gold describes itself as a U.S.-based mine development company. Your principal assets, a 27.5-mile Borealis property in the Walker Lane Gold Belt of western Nevada. Can you give us a general overview of the company, please?
Sure, I'd be glad to. Gryphon Gold is a U.S. corporation, and we are a Nevada corporation. We focus on exploration and development of mine properties. Our top property, our flagship property, is the Borealis property, and as you described, it's in the Walker Lane in western Nevada. 27 square miles of just beautiful geology there, and historic gold production there. So that is our focus, is to bring the Borealis back online and start producing gold.
You know, John, you're absolutely right. That Borealis property is well known as having been very active over the years. You acquired it 7 years ago. Can you tell us a little bit about your drilling history over there?
Okay, I'd be glad to. Yeah, we acquired the property in 2003 whenever Gryphon was a private company. Joint ventured the property with Golden Phoenix. Golden Phoenix backed out of the property, and we ended up with the total project and IPO'd in 2005. Since that time, the initial thoughts were that Gryphon would put the property into production in 2006. That did not occur, and so at that point, Gryphon decided to move into an exploration program, and they spent $4.5 million in 2007. And in 2007, they were able to add 700,000 ounces to the resource for the property, and they were able to do that at a cost of $6.50 an ounce, which is just a phenomenal number.
You know, John, one of the oldest sayings in the gold business is the best place to look for gold is where gold has been found before. Would this apply to your Borealis property?
Does it ever? And not only is it gold, it's any metal you're doing exploration for. Those metals are there for a reason, whether it's structurally or chemically or whatever. I mean, so the country there that we're working in at the Borealis, in this 27 square miles, has a 23 square mile high sulfidation system, and that is where the gold occurs at Borealis, is in this high sulfidation system. The Borealis project itself, in terms of past mining, only covered about 10% of the 27 square miles. So there's a lot of good exploration targets on the property. Not to mention the fact that we have 377,000 ounces of proven and probable ready to go into production.
Once again, the company is Gryphon Gold Corporation. GYPH is their stock symbol. If you'd like more information, give us a call toll-free from anywhere in the world you're watching the program, 888-259-4449. Now, John, the company announced last month that it had closed on a $200,000 private placement to Sage Gold. What can you tell us about this deal?
Yeah, the joint venture agreement, joint venture option, was awarded to Sage back in March of this year, 2010. And Sage continues to invest and continue to evaluate and continue to move forward. The whole gist of the partnership is that they are a Toronto-based company with lots of good financial contacts. We are a Nevada-based company with a wonderful asset. And it seemed like a good marriage to bring these two companies together to develop the property. Part of their staying in the deal was that they would complete private placements into Gryphon to continue to provide cash flow into our company and for them to become active in the project as a whole. That was step one of that process.
Well, now, we've seen incredible gains in gold prices the last couple of years, and many analysts see no sign of that abating. This must be a great time to be in the gold business, John.
Tell you what, it's a great time to be a producing gold mine, that's for sure. The same reason that gold took off, which we can tie back to the financial crisis, which occurred in 2008, is the same reason that juniors are having such trouble raising the funds, raising the capital to put new mines into production. The risk aversion is out there. It is going to take a while to get through this, and so because of that, the financing of new projects is relatively tough. Once you're in production, though, it's Katie bar at the door.
Now, John, does the company have a strike price per ounce of gold that you know is still profitable for the company?
Yeah, the Borealis project does very well down to $700 an ounce.
The company is Gryphon Gold Corporation, stock symbols GYPH. John, why don't you tell us a little bit about your management team and your experience in the industry?
Yeah, first of all, if I might, I'll talk a bit about myself. I spent 28 years with Cominco and then Tech Cominco. I managed properties for them for over 20 years. I was manager of the Magmont underground lead zinc mine in Missouri for 10 years. From there, I was transferred to Canada, actually to 40 miles from the magnetic North Pole at a project called the Polaris, again an underground zinc mine. I was there for 3 years. From there, I went to Alaska, and I was the manager of the Red Dog operation, which is the largest open-pit zinc operation in the world. Once I left Alaska, I became a manager of projects and worked in Minnesota on what we called the Masaba project. It was a copper, nickel, gold, silver, platinum, palladium project, and it's one that Tech continues to advance.
Well, as CEO of Gryphon Gold, John, and everything that's been going on in the economy, what do you see as your biggest challenge now moving forward?
Well, right now, it's letting this financial market settle out and getting back to the place where we can finance these types of projects. I mean, we have a gold project that has an internal rate of return of 27% at $800 gold. You jump to today's prices, and the return is significantly elevated up into the 90s. These type of projects 4 or 5 years ago, people would have been fighting to have the opportunity to get in and finance them. But the market has changed, and people are a bit more cautious, and it's taking a bit more time to put it together. So this is the biggest challenge right now.
You know, every time I have a gold company in a program, I always like to ask this question because a lot of people watching may not know how your business works. But once you extract the gold, what happens next? Where do you sell it?
The gold that we extract, we actually put it into solution on the heap leach pads. That gold then goes and is attached to activated carbon. We strip the carbon. We make a sludge in the electrowinning circuit. That sludge is then put into a furnace, and we make a gold and silver bullion. Once that bullion is poured, it is shipped to Salt Lake City to the refiner, who is Johnson Matthey. Interesting.
John, why is this a good time right now for people to take a closer look at Gryphon Gold?
Well, you know, they have a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of different companies out there. But the Borealis is a proven producer. Echo Bay was there in the late 80s, closed it in 1991 when gold was about $340 an ounce. They left a lot of gold. They know they left a lot of gold. It was just the prices had depressed, and it was time for them to basically clean up and walk away. So having fears, I mean, what we do is we are able to alleviate a lot of the risk by going back to the Borealis because it is a proven producer. Not a lot's changed. The material that we'll be heap leaching is the same type of material that was heap leached back in the 80s very successfully. On top of that, the engineering is complete on this project. All of the permits are in place. If we were funded, we'd be ready to break ground tomorrow. So, I mean, this project is, again, sitting on ready and rocking on go, and once the stars align and the financing comes together, it'll be producing. And one of the great elements about production, I mean, we talked about the fact that the price is high, and those people are really taking advantage of that. The other thing is that not only does it affect the ounces you're selling, the price of the fact that you are in production affects the ounces of gold in the ground, because there is a significantly higher expectation that those ounces are going to make it to market. So right now, if you look at our 2.5 million ounces measured, indicated, and inferred, and our market cap, you're looking at less than $4 an ounce. Where producing gold mining companies are looking at gold prices in the ground of anywhere from $50 to over $100 an ounce. So there's a lot of room to grow, Don.
Gryphon Gold, GYPH. John, we're initiating coverage of the company this week. We're looking forward to more updates from you during the next 3 months. Thanks so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you, Don.